All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to those watching us with the Table Turf Battle. We are here on the 13th Duel On. I am your caster, Daegu.
And I am Pat, here with you, ready to watch some great tabletop action and try to make sense of it. And all players are all.
This Main Street. The Main Street is very straightforward and pretty narrow, so I would say pretty basic cards are here, and I think this is a pretty okay 3 turns from each side. As they go with Octostamp and Reflux, pretty decent middle ground.
Yeah, we see that struggle for contested territory, both players trying to squeeze out the most of these little blocks that are in between that they know both players want to take. So we can expect maybe a clash on this one.
Oh, but the sloshing machine play takes over a little bit of that forge card. That is a decent play.
Yeah, very decent play, and right now we are looking at Jack. And Jack is just looking to now fit out his part of the map and try to build some points and build some special.
I think a lot of his bigger cards were in the back of the deck, so now that he's looking, I think a lot of those cards will be used as a special attack rather than filling out some of the spaces from underneath.
Yeah, it's very much a possibility right now, and we see the heavy deco or maybe the dynamo trying to be put there. Meanwhile, Polly is just looking to keep building, and looks like Polly has a lot of space. If they have the room to really make the best of it, that could be very good for them, because right now Jack's hand is not the best.
Definitely not. It is one of the most awkwardest hands. But that's just how the table turf goes sometimes. It's just sometimes you have to work with the worst.
And look at it, like no good spot for Lil Judd. That's how bad, what bad shape Jack is in right now. Probably the most adaptable card in the game, and there's a good spot for it. It's infuriating.
I think his plan is to save up for some of the specials so he can use maybe 5 of the special powers for the 5 cards. Oh, and now there's a Steelhead, which is a very perfect card for this scenario, but it is a bit too late for that.
Yeah, with 5 rounds left, Jack really wants to build special, but doesn't have really any other opportunities to do so. And that Steelhead probably won't get confirmed. I believe the splat bomb was already used by Jack. So there's really a lot to desire for Jack.
Oh, early special attack with the Sprinkler to get the 2 specials back with 1. That is a very good play.
Now the section bomb is going to get 2 for Jack for the price of 0. That's pretty good, especially since Jack has very good special position right now. If Jack can manage to slip a hammer past these 2 specials that are blocking the way, that could be a lot of points in the last 2 turns.
I don't believe he would have enough space for a lot of the cards to come, so there is a forced pass in one of the turns. Now, I'm wondering if he's able to squeeze in a 5 special power card, or he's thinking something else.
They're trying to use a little Judd to get some special back, maybe, or that should be enough to.
Which that would actually bring the Ultra Stamp to play.
And that looks like
It may be a little bit tight on one end, but
yeah, almost perfect. That's going to be 22 points in favor of Jack, and we are even right now. It's all down to special efficiency, but Polly, with so much special, we can expect a very big card coming out on the side of Polly.
It will be a very, very tight game here with if both players play a special card here.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I think Jack has a pretty good turf. Oh, but the Manta Storm. We will not know if it was a Manta Storm.
And the Manta Storm
Oh.
is going to take it. That was very close game one, and that's like a great way to start the tournament. We'd love to see close games, and we're going to see a few more. This is best of 3 territory right now, so one more game, and Poddy advances to the next round. But this is double elimination, even if Jack loses this one. Jack's not out of the tournament yet, but very, very good way ahead for Poddy.
I just would not have known what other special card there would have been.
Mm-hmm.
We are at, I believe this is River Drift, and starting off with Heavy, Spatling, and Captain. Pretty decent card for openers.
Yeah, Jack able to get a lot of space right there. Polly pretty much there with Heavy, and the big man is going to get a clash and get 2 little neutral blocks. They are not going to affect the game much, I believe. And right now Jack elects to just give the special to Polly just to get some more points out of this contested territory.
That was a very great ballpoint placement. Most of the mid goes to Jack, it seems, and the reflux play, I don't know. Maybe he has some cards that could combo with to get some special points there. I do not know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, that looks like plan. And right now, Shelly and Dottie almost good, but a bit awkward and not the absolute best. And Jack electing to maybe go with something else.
Unless if the map is like double Gemini, I believe Shelly and Donnie is just a great opener card. Other than that, it doesn't serve too much purpose as a 12 block card.
I think that it can still go through corners with that diagonal connection, but like it's going to be so rare that you can use that to your advantage.
Very true.
Probably, like for most cases, for sure, it can be a card that really makes things awkward for your build.
As we're waiting for Polly to think about what next card is going to come up, Autobomb is placed, not at Captain. That is one way to save up for the special points there.
Yeah, and they do. Right now, there's still only one special point that has been built up, and it was Jack that built it up for Polly. Like, our players are not interested in building special. We can see Jack has very, like, almost 3 blocks that are so close to getting built, but not there yet. And Polly has just a few holes in their build, just waiting to be confirmed. But with 7 turns left, we could expect our players to try to get a lot of special right now.
I still think that a lot of times, especially when I play my decks, I try to put things like Sprinkler, because there is times where you have angled, small angled empty blocks that you might want to approach, or sometimes it helps you build a different kind of attacks. And I think that a Sprinkler next to Splat Bombs and Small Fry is a very good card. Oh, but there's no clash there.
No clash.
That is quite smart.
Yeah, and looks like Polly agrees with your Sprinkler assessment and likes to use it in their decks.
Sprinkler and Tentatek both are that smaller and diagonal builds. So I'd say they are a very great combo with a lot of the cards to be seen.
Yeah, even if you don't have diagonal builds, you'll have like diagonal stuff happening from time to time, and having a sprinkler there is always like a good option that saves a bad situation. I feel, especially since it's only one special point.
And there we have it, 5 points for Jackshainy, and we are 3 turns left. It is going to be interesting for at least the last 3. With the force coming in to hit the corner there, gonna get at least 2 more special points.
Yeah, that's going to be very nice. And Polly has a pretty awkward build right now, and not many opportunities to build special. Unless, I mean, that spot is like shaped like, oh, well, Tri-Slasher is going to go there anyways. Unless Polly has a lot of burst bombs in their build, that's going to be pretty tough to build off of it, and there's no time left anyways.
And then here comes the hype Manta Storm, as we seen earlier with the Polly's first win, or was it Jack? I believe it was Polly.
It was Polly's that
yes.
one, and I just you need to invert the score.
Oh, but the pass on the Tri-Swinger, because I think Polly might have a 5 special point here, but I don't know what would be enough to fight back a special card here too.
And, Polly doesn't know either, and we're going to go 1-1. And the next game is going to decide who advances to the second round.
That was pretty good thinking with Jack too. A lot of it was just taking off with the specials there. But I think with Polly, if there hadn't been a sprinkler use, or at least in a sense that could have used sprinkler a little more defensive, I think Polly could have had just enough for fighting back both the special for Hype Manta Storm, and I believe he was going to use the Ultra Stamp.
Yeah, Ultra Stamp, and honestly, that Ultra Stamp looked a bit uncertain, because there was a lot of special blocks on Polly's side that made it very suboptimal on the side of Jack, but Jack had so much advantage, so much points already that it didn't matter, and we are now going on squared to try to finish this off. This is such a volatile map that our players must be pretty tense right now and trying to find a way to solve it.
At least it's not box seats. Box seats is not the way you wanted it to go, but Jack actually takes a special point from that. It is a very good trade from Jack.
Yeah, very good for Jack. But Dynamo is going to try to block him, so the captain at least gives the continuation to Polly. Polly is still in there, has like agency everywhere on the map still. And we see another clash. This one is going to be a neutral one. Pretty good for Polly though, because again, like keeping that agency, not being blocked off, and their special is almost built with that. So Jack right now is in the lead, I think, but Polly is still very much in there.
In the maps like squared, I see a lot of smaller cards being played, but I think some big cards just do too well to be shown. Like right now, Reflux is a very great counter, but special point given, that's okay. I mean, at this point, we're really playing for special points too.
Oh yeah, Jack looking to put the Mudmath on. Mudmath always a good option, both for points and special points. But putting it there means that special is not going to be built.
It is an awkward position for a lot of the maps, especially for square. but
Oh,
the tri-slosher no view is
oh,
just taking over the Mud Mouse special. This is actually
and
interesting.
that we have seen like such crazy clashes on this game, and right now both players are jubilating and just shouting, hitting their controller to throwing their controller in frustration at the same time. Like so much is happening.
If Polly plays cards well here, Jack may not have the special blocks to operate with. A lot of his blocks are inside of his own territory.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty interesting on how they play this one out.
Yeah,
Suction Bomb to build a special.
yeah, but having to special it and oh, the tri-stringer taking the place, taking the spot. That's so much awkwardness right now for Jack, and Jack is going to have to maybe special to really try to do anything. And with 4 turns left, Jack, Jack is ahead in terms of special points and well, pretty much even in points. But Polly has still opportunities to put cards on the left side of the map. Meanwhile, Jack is looking to maybe pass. Oh, the Octostamp is going to save things a bit.
At least he has enough space for Octostamp. Maybe he's trying to go for comboing Captain with this Ultra Stamp. It is quite hard to determine. It might not be enough special points either.
And a pass on the side of Polly. Polly has nothing that fits on that left-hand side. And that means Jack's special is going to be very good and enable Jack to really get the most of it. Looking to get back a few extra specials with that special captain. Not getting it though. And the real Jack trying to get things going.
It is quite awkward. Like I said before, it's just sometimes you just gotta have that offensive special blocks to work around with, and this is definitely punishing him for not having any sorts of that space. Oh, but the 6, it might be actually enough for Captain to fit in there, but we're gonna go with Ultra Stamp to cover up the Ultra Stamp again. Oh, what a turn.
That Ultra Stomp is going to build a lot back, but that means Polly has a 3-12 on their own probably coming, and with just 20 seconds left, Polly has a good choice. If Polly can make just a few more points with that 3-12, that's going to be game for them.
It is going to be really, really interesting because 12 taken off just to be given back to Jack would be pretty interesting. Oh, here we go with the Kraken Royale. Oh, but that may not be enough for Jack.
Yeah, it's going to be very tight, and the Kraken Royale is going to win it for Polly. Polly is advancing to round 2, and Jack is going to go to loser's bracket right away. That was kind of an upset.
That is indeed a form of an upset. It was close for both ends, but Jack had very bad hands on the first match, so well, what can you say? It's just table turf. Just sometimes one's lucky, sometimes one isn't.
Yeah, no matter how good you are, this game is always brutal. And I believe that's going to be a short break for us as we try to get you guys a game in the second round, and we'll have a short break and we'll be right back.